Hey, good morning. Welcome back to The Good Stuff, where we look at the Bible and then try to live it out in our lives. This morning we are checking out Proverbs 31:8, which says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute." If someone gets sick and goes into the hospital and they're not able to speak up for themselves, the hospitals allow what's called an advocate, someone that understands what's going on, that's able to make decisions if the patient's unable to be aware of their surroundings, whether they're completely out, if they've been in a major accident, if they have to go under surgery, that the advocate is someone who speaks up for them because they cannot speak for themselves. This is an important feature because if you can't speak for yourself, you need someone to look after you. Well, in our world, and in our lives, sometimes there's people who can't speak up for themselves. Maybe it's an employee who just keeps getting the raw end of the deal. Maybe it's a classmate that's ruthlessly picked on by others. Maybe it's a family member who just needs some help or some encouragement. And this verse here in Proverbs invites us that if we have a voice, we should use our voice, and that voice should be used to advocate for others, that we should speak up when others can't speak for themselves. This morning, I want to invite you to consider the good stuff of being a good advocate. Maybe that's at the job where you know that there's just some unfair things going on, and it's time that you used your voice or your influence to speak up for what's right. Maybe it's at school where you just step in and you say, enough is enough. You're not going to pick on this kid anymore. You're not going to keep beating them up or pushing them down or making fun of them because it's not right. Maybe it's somewhere in the family or somewhere else in the community where we choose to speak up when others aren't able or allowed. It's being a good advocate. And last thought I just have on this as far as the good stuff today is the beautiful thing about Jesus is that he's the ultimate advocate, that when we can't speak up for ourselves, when we can't save ourselves or rescue ourselves, we have an advocate who went to the Father. In fact, he went to the cross and he said, Brad can't really carry himself, but I can talk for him. Brad can't really make himself right or save himself from his sins, but I'll advocate for him. And y'all, that is the good stuff. So today, speak up for those that can't speak for themselves. Let's go out there and be the best advocates we can be. Wishing you nothing but the best. Have a super awesome, amazing day. Love y'all. Peace out. Deuces.